Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Season 8 of the finals just dropped and they did something I did not expect. They dropped a new Revolver but for the heavy class. And you know I had to test it out. So today we're asking the big question. Is the heavy Revolver actually balanced? Is it terrible? Or is it one of the most broken things in the game? And hey, if you enjoy Revolver content in the finals, consider subscribing. Let's get into it. The new weapon for the heavy is called the BFR Titan, which sounds so cool and has to stand for big fucking revolver. I refuse to believe it means anything else. It's a high damage, slow firing revolver for the heavy class that has massive potential. It definitely takes a bit to learn how to use this thing properly, and something I immediately realized is that you can't be as aggressive as you could be with the revolver on the medium class. You gotta really pace your shots with this thing, because if you're in the open having a 1v1 and you miss a shot or two, you're basically a guaranteed free kill. So one of the best ways to use this weapon is by utilizing cover. Going into cover and peeking out for a few shots makes the BFR a really good weapon. That is when you don't have to reload, because the reload time on this thing is atrocious. It reloads one bullet at a time and takes about 4.5 seconds to fully reload the BFR. To be fair, once you reload a bullet, you can shoot it immediately afterwards, but the animation of the reload can really mess up your aim. It makes it difficult to know where the center of your screen is when you're ADSing. Okay, so let's do a quick comparison of the BFR and the OG medium revolver. The medium revolver has a faster rate of fire, better mobility, and more reliable mid-range fights. The BFR has higher damage, slower rate of fire, and less mobility, but you have more HP to work with. After spending a few hours with the BFR, the medium revolver still feels smoother, it's quicker, snappier, more forgiving, and better for aggressive plays, which is, it fits my playstyle.
The powerhouses are losing their grip. They need to push harder to stay.
But the heavy revolver forces you to play smarter and more defensively, which isn't exactly a bad thing, since as a heavy you want to remain alive as long as you can, especially when defending cash outs. With all the gadgets the heavy has, there's a ton of combos you can use the BFR with. In fact, it can combo a little too well with some of them. Let's take the winch claw for example. I found this clip on Reddit of someone absolutely abusing the BFR and winch claw combo. Since the BFR does between 97 and 99 damage on body shots and 147 to 149 damage on headshots, you can instantly kill a light if you catch them in your winch. The winch does 5 damage and the headshot will finish him off. It was pretty funny to watch, but should absolutely not be a thing. I know a lot of the community hates lights, but this is a bit extreme. Plus, fighting lights in general with the BFR is kind of scary easy even without that exploit. It almost feels like they added this weapon as a response to lights from the Reddit community. You can two-shot lights with the BFR, and during my time using this weapon, I found that roughly 80% of my kills were probably lights, because it was just that easy to get 2 shots off on them. And just like with the medium revolver, you can shoot them once in the head and do a quick melee for a kill. One of the nice things about using the BFR on heavy is having all the gadgets to use. The dome shield is nice for peeking in and out for a few shots, same goes for the barricade, and having the RPG makes it so that you have to hit one less shot for a kill. As I'm saying this, I'm finding it pretty funny that the BFR does just as much damage as an RPG to enemies. Anyways, it also has super great damage at range. When I was playing, it felt like most of the time I was using a sniper with a red dot on it, so I kinda started to use it that way too. Taking high ground with this thing was especially good since it made it so much easier to hit headshots. The BFR is just as satisfying as using the revolver on medium, maybe even more so. So if you enjoy the medium revolver, you're most likely going to enjoy using the BFR, but you gotta play with it very differently, which may turn some of you off of it. So is the BFR Titan overpowered? Not even close. I would say it's actually pretty well balanced. The winch claw exploit is definitely overpowered for sure, but otherwise I don't see a lot of people using this thing in the next few weeks. It's a pretty difficult weapon to use, and there are much better weapons for the heavy class. The Akimbo, for example, is way easier to use, more reliable, and forgiving than the BFR. I don't see this weapon ever making it into the meta of the game, unless they add a significant reload buff or something. Anyways, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the weapon. Subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.